Hello there!
I'm Guild Mouse, and this is Guildmaster Dan, and I'm playing Stanley Parable.
And I'm commentating because I have played the game before.
I just exploded.
Yes, you did.
Last time.
But let's see what other shenanigans Guild Mouse can get into.
Not many more, I
actually,
know.
Workers were gone.
I want you to
What could it
find
mean?
the input computer
Stanley
again,
decided to go to the meeting.
I've never seen
Perhaps
that
he had
completely
simply
full.
missed a memo.
It probably just like spews
No matter how
confetti or
hard
something.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let's see here. There are all the computers in here.
La, la, la.
Let's see if one of them is the input computer. Because I imagine something happens when you hit the input all the way.
No, none of these are the input computer.
Well, we might find it elsewhere. Just continue exploring.
He's so bossy. Oh,
When
So-
Stanley came to a set of two
Haven't
open
explored all
doors,
options
he
in
entered
either
the door on
direction.
his left.
I'm gonna keep going this way.
Alright. To be fair, you didn't do what he wanted you to do in the mind control facility.
No, because it didn't wait long enough to hear what he
Yet there was
wanted
not
me
a
to do.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Also, I think there's an ending in the broom closet, too.
Is there?
Yeah, I think so.
Weird. Party. Same song.
No, wait.
Wait.
No,
No.
it's not.
To be rich, it isn't a crime. To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What if
What a life it would be to have to pick just one.
This bathroom is a poet.
The bathroom isn't a poet. Clearly, it's the boss.
Our boss is a poet.
Her boss, his boss.
I said our.
Our boss.
And is it still the company strategy?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so last time I learned that this doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just to confirm.
It's a trick.
You get on the elevator, you close the doors. It plays a version of Girl from Ipanema, I think. And then there's a file there. It's really bright. I've never been in an elevator quite so bright before.
Well, alright. Enough with the elevator that doesn't go anywhere.
And then...
Our puppies. Let me grab the puppy.
Do-do-do. Ah!
The moment he entered his manager's office,
no,
Stanley
don't chew on my
froze
tie.
in his tracks.
It's my geeky
Not
tie.
a living
2,
soul
8.
anywhere. Could he really be all alone?
Is it 4-1 or 5-1?
This was too much for Stanley to take,
8.
too much for
Is it
any
5-1,
man to take.
5-1?
He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching
Wait,
of life
you
from a
didn't say
man
this last
denied
time.
any hope, any
No.
reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blind, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You guys wait. And hit the button. Ah.
Watching our puppy.
Did you also have the no moment?
Yeah. She squatted down and then sat down.
Our puppy's a little bit bow-legged, so it's really confusing sometimes.
Alright, come on.
Whee!
Let's go see what he wanted in the mind control facility.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Well,
Facility.
now let's let him
Eating,
finish what he's
working,
saying.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
you kill yourself?
I don't know.
Don't go so wild with the mouse. It's alive. Yeah, you can move.
Sort of.
Yeah, you can even see
Blackness.
Rayleigh.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Find the line again. That's where you gotta go, probably.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Right up the wall.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still
Thank
lay
you.
unsolved.
Unfortunately,
his
the sunglasses
co-workers
make it
gone?
really hard to see
How had he
anything.
been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange
birds.
building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Cool.
It was perhaps the only
it's
thing
pretty
worth
simple.
knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Trying.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
Stop eating
liberation,
my feet.
the immense possibility of the new path
Nothing.
before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that
Hands
things
free.
were meant to happen.
Goodbye, your hands.
And Stanley was happy.
Oh, good. I'm happy again because I'm not being mind controlled.
Watch it.
Sorry.
Not being mind controlled. Whack! Or is she mind controlled? Obviously, her hand is being controlled by demons that want to hit my hat.
Yep. Game over? I found
Nope.
nature.
No, there's definitely more choices. You
What do
see.
you... There's more choices!
You don't remember. Well, let's see. When you go right, let's see here. When you go right, there's.
Meow.
All
Also,
of his
keep looking for
co-workers
that
were
computer.
gone.
I want to see what
What
happens
could
when
it
the input
mean?
gets all the way up.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah. See, no. Well, go back.
What?
See how it turns
Yeah,
right.
It's a different angle.
Yeah, it totally did change.
It did.
Anyway, also, keep an eye out for the phones. I remember answering a message the one time. The phone would blink if it had a message. But, what was I saying?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's you looking really hard. Anyway, let's see here. There's one ending, from when the floor was all covered with papers. I'm pretty sure there's another ending there. When you go right, there's a couple more endings
When Stanley
there.
came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting
Let's see
room,
here.
and Stanley
Like,
knew it
right here he
perfectly
gives you
well.
two
Perhaps he
choices.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Or no, right here. It's after the employee
Wow.
lounge.
Yes, this
Hi,
room.
employee lounge.
But eager to get
Yeah,
back to
here's
business,
two choices.
Stanley took the
You
first
took
open
the
door
left
on his left.
before. Actually, even like right there, that was two choices.
This?
Yeah, see, because you took the elevator, but you could have went straight.
I thought he closed the door on me.
Nope, you didn't.
Oh. Well.
And then you also have that way.
Ah!
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and
Yep.
got back on track.
Oh. Oh, poop. That was no fun. So,
It's not going to let you go back around
why not?
because you got back on track.
I don't want to be on track.
Just makes it slightly different.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
That's because everybody
Feeling a
went home.
wave of disbelief,
He erased
Stanley decided to go up to his...
I have broom closet.
No, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an ending here. There's like a Stairway to Heaven ending or something.
What?
That has to do with the room with all the stuff on the floor.
I've decided just to chill in this room.
Yeah.
See if he says
There's
anything.
an ending. You haven't even gotten to the ending where you can kill yourself. Or the other ending where you can kill yourself. I thought you were going to just chill in the room.
Well,
Quitter! Quitter!
He wasn't talking to me.
He said he wasn't going to talk to you.
So I've clicked on everything I think I can click on.
Because you're standing in a broom closet. That's literally everything that you can do in here.
Do you die in the broom closet?
I think there's a broom closet ending where he gets fed up with you being in here and he just closes it.
Well,
But then I could also be wrong.
maybe I just have to come in here a couple of times,
Next
to
time.
deviate a few more times.
Alright, up
Coming
down.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Shut up! I walked downstairs. You ain't my daddy.
This is
But
insert-
Stanley
No.
just couldn't do it.
No,
Nope,
no, no.
this
He
is
considered the
I don't wanna
possibility
do
of
this
facing his
again.
boss.
Yay! Okay, so we fast forwarded through that last little bit there because I made a mistake. Yes,
All of his
I
co-workers
did.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So if I find the input, I have to wait for Guildmaster Dan to come back because he has just been so hardcore about finding out what the input does, but I don't think I'm gonna get to see that screen again because it hasn't come back yet.
We just need to be patient.
Patience is not one of my virtues.
Okay, so we need to go straight this time.
Straight? It's already changed.
What did?
Look, it's different.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is different.
When Stanley came to a set of
Alright.
2 open doors, he
Yeah.
entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
You ain't my
perfectly.
daddy.
Perhaps
Do
he
what I
wanted to
want.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure.
Straight ahead.
The lounge was sublime,
Blah,
a
blah,
work of
blah.
art. But eager to get back to business,
Yep.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
This is going to have more choices.
Okay. I've walked into a draft.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Cute.
I've never noticed that before.
Eh.
Nope.
So,
It's cargo bay.
cargo bay. Hey, we saw these in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Caution. Do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion. Will
Whoop.
cause death. Is this the other death?
It is a possible death.
Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping, $5,000.
Even though
I
you'll
see.
be dead.
Why is that in dollars? I thought we were in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
The narrator has misled me.
Up on the lift.
What's that say?
Vinoy?
Somebody call that phone number.
No, nobody called that phone number.
Find out. Okay, so
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Woo!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
I
Stanley
do not
leapt from the
advise you
platform
do that.
and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
No, not at all. I couldn't not, okay? I'm sorry. I couldn't not. I got 5,000 points. You guys saw it. I saw it.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Unless this is different, we'll just skip to
Someone
that
was following
choice.
Stanley. He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Alright, well, now we're something
They're
different.
pretty much saying that we're becoming paranoid because we haven't seen anybody.
Maybe we'll jump ahead now.
Well, we'll
Unless
see.
something different happens again.
Like the input?
It's not there
No.
yet.
Oh, it went back.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Yep.
just to admire it.
Got some change in my pocket.
Right through.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business,
Strangest flash.
Stanley
Yep.
took the first
weird.
open door on his left.
He's
Nope.
getting ticked.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay.
Sorry.
Look, Stanley,
Stand
I think
here.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Sure.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is
Oh,
that the
well,
story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Are you
Please,
gonna go for it or not?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story,
Now we're
and
gonna
no
skip
one
ahead.
gets to tell him what to do,
You
Stanley
tricked me.
left from the
I didn't
platform
trick you.
and plunged
You
to
missed.
his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are powerful.
Skipping ahead.
This is Guildmaster Dan's fault. He tricked me.
Did not.
He tricked me.
Mm-mm.
Ooh,
What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
What
be?
the balls?
Stanley decided
I've
to
never
go to
seen
the
this
meeting
before.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Neat.
Look around.
Well, where are my computers?
I've never seen this before. Whiteboard ending! Good. Whiteboard ending. Whiteboard ending!
Stanley went around touching
Whiteboard
every
ending.
little thing in the office.
Whiteboard
but it didn't
ending.
make
I
a
wanna see if
single
other doors
difference,
open.
Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Calm down. See? Nothing happened.
What's that say?
What?
Console.
Bark.
Oh. Whiteboard ending. Alright, so yeah.
Got another ending under my belt, yo.
All right.
Stanley
again.
came to a set of 2 open. This was not the correct
Apparently
way to
getting
the
onto
meeting
that
room,
catwalk
and Stanley knew
requires
it
timing
perfectly
and
well.
skill.
Perhaps he wanted
Try
to
going
stop
from the
by
side
the
instead of
employee
going off the
lounge
end.
first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy but eager to get back to business,
That was new.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Absolutely not. Meow.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Nope.
Yeah, this time try going from the side of the lift instead of from behind the lift.
Look, Stanley,
Lies.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really. I'm
Like, wait
not.
until you're over top
I
of it,
realize that
like,
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
Well,
the
it's just gonna
fact
take me
is
over
that the
there.
story
Yeah.
has been about nothing
Just
but
wait till I'm
you
over there.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Our dog was playing with
Please,
our coat.
stop
With
trying
my
to make
coat.
every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it,
my
Stanley.
wife?
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
My wife? Is that who you're talking about? Or maybe you're...
He walked into the void.
That's her, Stanley.
You really should let him finish
No!
talking. Oh, look, we're
Oh,
home.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
F? Why?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
'Cause you can't
He has a
continue.
job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Bed looks so lumpy.
Press Z to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Nope.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I can only stand on this side of my wife.
M to spend time with the
So
boys.
he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Look here, sass pants. Pee?
Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the
You haven't found
Stanley
that yet.
Parable.
Baby?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this
I hope I
free.
don't live in a
Surely there's an
one-bedroom
answer down some new
flat
path,
with
mustn't there be?
my
Perhaps
wife
if he
and
played
no
just
children.
one more time.
I hope I'd have a bigger space.
Please press V to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
My wife.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons
I
he
see what
always
you're
has.
doing.
Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world
At
he
the top,
can
asking
never
for
be
change.
anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press Z to be at work in the morning. I'm looking around now because we're doing what he said
What?
by not pressing the button.
Yeah. Does he get bored? Have you done this ending before?
Yes.
Does he get bored?
He didn't for me. I think we have to press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
8.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Open the door!
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button.
No!
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I...
That's rude. Never tell anybody that ever. The psychological damage that you cause just by telling somebody that their butt looks too big when it's not intended as a compliment has a lot of damage to it. Don't tell people to die. Just don't.
Before we continue. All right. So, we're our time's up. Time to end video.
No!
Come on. We got another episode to go.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye. See you next time.
Ugh.
Auf Wiedersehen.